For a game about communication, Fe can often be unclear. Its wordless, visually striking journey is filled with charming creatures to sing with, but its 3D platforming world can sometimes feel aimless. While I enjoyed learning its musical languages, the short trip it took me on left me with the impression that Fe missed most of its best opportunities. You play as a small fox-like creature called a Fae, but what you're doing in a forest under attack by strange robotic creatures isn't entirely clear. The whole idea is to sing to form bonds with different animals and eventually learn to sing their language yourself. Bonding with a dozen little lizards so that their mob will follow me around and excitedly sing along as I do can be extremely charming. But Fe is first and foremost a 3D platformer, and it's resoundingly average in that regard. There generally isn't much challenge to the obstacles put in your way, and your character can often feel slow-moving and clunky. That makes the times I did miss a jump and had to do a section over pretty frustrating. It wasn't all that rewarding to complete the first time around, much less the second. It also made exploring Fe's relatively linear but sprawling areas for collectibles more tedious than exciting. It only took me about 3 hours to beat the story, and would likely only take 2 or 3 more to see everything Fe has to offer, but it didn't really leave me wanting to try. The major exception to this is the tree climbing, which is snappy, adorable, and a lot more fun than just walking. You can scamper up nearly any tree with a series of lightning-quick hops, and then leap from them for extra distance. Fe's best platforming moments were generally when it leaned into this ability. One sequence had me leaping between trees that were growing out of an enormous creature walking around the map. It was wonderfully reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus, but was also brief and the only moment like it. Despite the striking visual style, Fe is short on variety. Not a whole lot changes visually in each new area beyond the color tone. Levels are nearly all mountainous piles of rocks, plants, and rivers with dozens of the same type of tree. That can make them feel a bit repetitive, which causes the initially lovely aesthetic to lose its shine. If there's a place Fe really stands out, it's in its audio. Its passionate music adds a sense of wonder to the forest around you. The 6 different singing voices you find are also charming and unique, with different tones and inflections as you sing softer or louder. Each new voice allows you to use a specific plant that helps you get to new places. For example, the Green Bird song opens up a plant that lets you pick up its seed and throw it at a destructible wall, while the Orange Deer song will open a flower that boosts you into the air. I like the idea of switching between songs to affect the platforming challenges in front of me, but the system is never really used in interesting or exciting ways. The plants rarely ever need precision or timing to activate, so tapping the sing button to open one is pretty much just busy work. That undermines the concept that you're actually interacting and communicating with the world around you. Fe tries to be subtle while telling you the story of that world, but it does so to its detriment. Backstory is almost exclusively told through slow, wordless cutscenes that come too frequently and feel disjointed. The story I did piece together was intriguing, but was never clear enough to get me invested, and its finale was downright confusing as a result. Fe is a short-lived platformer that still manages to outstay its welcome in some regards. Its platforming is okay, but unimaginative, and its best ideas like the tree jumping and singing affecting the world remain underused. It can be a beautiful game at times, especially with regards to its music and audio design, but not so much that it hides its rougher edges and underdeveloped concepts. For more of Fe, check out the first 9 minutes of gameplay, and for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.